Let's quickly go through the path to a sale science, which starts off, as I said before, with building rapport through what we call non-business discussion. That is step one, okay? Then we will go through the qualifying process, which is needs analysis equals answers, so demonstrate those answers. We're going to focus on the one area in relation to trying to get the sale, which most people don't, which is all about persuasion and the science of influence. People do not buy on features. They buy on benefits and they buy on emotion, okay? That's the bottom line. And too many people in sales focus on features. It's ideal that you know about what are the common objections to what it is that you provide in order that you can strike first. There are 3 barriers to persuasion. You might like to write this down. Number 1, here's the problem, right? People have access to more information than ever. Number 2, people are now, because they can get all the info themselves before they come to you, are more skeptical than ever. This was a picture from a book of Robert Cialdini. Who's ever seen his book, The Psychology of Influence? Who's read it? Cool. That's his 6 primary references to how to be persuasive. And one of the great examples in his books that I like to talk about is an experiment that related to jumping the queue to get photocopies done. And 60% of the time, if you asked, could I get a photocopy done now to jump the queue, it was honoured. But if you put the word because I'm in a rush, or even anything, just because, even if it's vacuous, it goes to 95%. From 60 to 95% if you use the word because. Limit the number of units and the time frame. Limit the number of choices. If you want somebody to have what you have, you need to make that object scarce. Okay? Number 2 is social proof. Make sure that you get Google reviews, put these things on Facebook, and for example, people are 12 times more likely to trust advice online from independent people than they are from the manufacturer, and they are 63% more likely to buy if there are reviews. Number 3 is consistency. We're more likely to buy something or do something that we've done before. Now this is a great study. You'll love this. For those of you who haven't seen this before, that is a loyalty card with 8 spots on it, okay? So it will take, if the first one's crossed, 7 more crosses to get to the free one. We agree? Now, if I give you a card with 10 spots on it, and I cross the first 2 when I give it to you, the chances of you getting to the end, even though there's 8 more to go, not 7 more to go, are 30% greater. Can you believe that? Just by giving them something which is worse than that, but because there's 2, they think that they're on the way and the distance to get to the end is going to be faster. Okay, so this is a very good trick. Number 4 is reciprocity. We mentioned that before. It's part of our DNA to give people back more than what they give us. Okay, so reciprocity compels. The return favour is often much greater than the first. Verbal packaging, you'll love this. Choosing words which have a more favourable meaning. A barber. He charges $15 for haircuts. Another barber opens up a few doors down and he charges $7.95. This guy is starting to lose customers very quickly. He can see there's going to be a problem. He puts an A-frame out the front and he says, I fix $7.95 haircuts. Right? That's verbal packaging. And it's free, except for the cost of the A-frame. Okay? That's a true story, by the way. And this is a great, you want to write this one down, okay? Just write down the number $1,000, okay? Imagine that your COGS, your cost of goods, are $700, okay? So if you sold it for full stick, you'd have $300 margin, correct? And what do we as salespeople quite often say to people? And we're argy-bargy going back and forth in the path to a sale process. We say, how much can you afford? Is that a classic question that people ask? People trying to negotiate. Part of today with the science of persuasion is to help with negotiation, right? Don't say that. Don't ever ask that. Say, how much are you short? Reverse it. And so by saying how much you're short, you're now dealing with a number of, if the offer was $800, you're now talking about a number which is only $200. And when I role play this, okay, and I haven't got time to do it today, I always end up at 900. I'll meet you halfway of the 200. But if we go the other way, do it the old-fashioned way, we're now dealing with a number of 800. Most people will say to me in the audience, I'll sell it for $800 because I know I've got $100 up my sleeve, and it's better than a poke in the eye with a blunt stick, or as they say, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. I've still got $100, I'll take it. Let's put it all together through what we call behavioural flexibility. And the key principle here is to be able to consistently and precisely every time that you're dealing with somebody using the 55% visual thing, the 38% auditory thing, and having a good repertoire of words and knowledge, be able to connect and mirror everyone that you're speaking to, okay? And this is why kids are so persuasive, right? Who's got children here? Hands up. This is what they do when they want something. They cry, they stomp, they pout, they stamp, they're charming. What do? No. Who usually wins? The kids. Because they are masters of behavioural flexibility. We're born with it. By the time we get to being an adult, something goes wrong. So bring it back. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you.